remember all the work I did to this thing this past winter? If not, you can click the video up in one of the corners, or I'll just explain it here quick. Basically, this thing was 100% stock. It used a pressure gauge and 2 valves to turn the boom on and off, and that's how you determined your rate. I put a Raven rate controller in with a field dock kit to a John Deere monitor so that way we can record our spraying. Now, I said that I was doing this so that way we could spray some herbicide with it this spring. Well, that's already passed. We didn't really need it because it was such nice weather for spraying that we never had any issues where we needed an extra sprayer. However, we do need to do some drop nozzling now in some corn that is too tall to spray with a normal boom but has some weed issues. And that's where this comes in. So I'm gonna get that Raven rate controller set up. I'm gonna get the John Deere monitor set up and everything. Hopefully, I'm gonna test it out by the end of the video. But before I start here, I'm actually gonna pull it so that way I can unfold the boom in the shop and do this in the shade because it's sunny out and I'm fair-skinned. Alright, so this is the drop nozzle. It's pretty simple. It's a piece of steel. Goes into one of these clamps like so. Bam, you have a drop nozzle. So we're supposed to have one of these every 30 inches. One right there, one right there. Missing that one. Maybe that one just has to move over. But then we're missing one right here. But maybe that one has to move over. Right there, right there, right there, right there. But this one needs to be like totally re-welded. Yeah, this will be fun. Alright, I got a couple of these on. I forgot how much these things suck, man. They are terrible. Cause like this end one, I don't know if you can see through there, but there's weld spackle like all built up in there. So it just doesn't go in. So we'll have to figure that one out later, but time lapse of me doing at least this half the boom. Okay, there we go. Got most of these things put on except for 2. And that is because if you come here to the end, we don't have any brackets down here. Don't know where they went, but that means I have to make new ones. I really don't feel like making stuff today, but here we are. 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. Okay, let's see if we got any of that, or similar, or something. I don't know how I'm going to design this yet. I'm not an engineer. Very much so not an engineer. Alright, so here's kind of what I'm thinking. Got some 1.5 inch tubing. I'll just cut a little bit off, put it directly underneath like that. Because I don't want to redesign this, because I don't really like that. No offense to my dad. I think my dad made them. I don't even remember. Anyways, put that underneath. Weld 2 bolts on one side like this, and then drill a couple holes in a piece of steel so I can bolt it to the top, and then weld this approximately right there, and that should work for here. And ooh, this one might be a little bit tougher because we got that. Huh. So here's what I ended up coming up with. I am pretty proud of myself. So here's one, just like I was talking about. This is the one you guys kind of saw me time-lapse make. Works pretty good. It does hang a little bit below the boom, but for what we're doing, that works perfectly fine. It's super solid, way more solid than any of the other ones. And then here's where I got real smart. I was going to rebuild another one of those, just change it slightly so that way I could go around this. And then I started looking at it and I'm like, what if I just get a piece of angle iron and then weld that directly to it and then bolt it through the boom? And that's what I did. But I got all the drop nozzles on without nozzles because I want to try and spray all the crap out of the system first. I have the tank being filled right now. It's about halfway full. And I have been up in the cab getting some of the electronics done. Now, if you guys remember, I'm using a John Deere receiver to run the speed on our Raven receiver. Now, I have to give a little shout out to my friend Ty. He graduated from SDSU this year. He's an engineer that now works at Raven in Sioux Falls. But I designed and he 3D printed this deluxe shroud bracket, so that way I didn't have to buy one from John Deere for stupid amounts of money. And I would be using this one, except for the fact that when we drop nozzle this field that we're gonna have to drop nozzle, there's a 90-some% chance I'm not gonna be doing it, my brother is. And I have yet to durability test this, so I'm gonna stick the actual John Deere Starfire ITC with the deluxe shroud on for right now. Okay, so here's the Raven monitor. You probably can't see that very well, but boom one, actually, let me think about this here for a second. 360, because 60 foot wide times 12 inches divided by 2, 360 inches per side. Now, actually, one side's a little bit bigger than the other. I don't really feel like measuring right now. I want to get home. So I'm just going to type in 360 both sides and tell my brother to fix it when he starts spraying. Boom 1 cal, enter 360. Boom 2 cal, enter 360. And then speed cal, I have to adjust myself. Meter cal 689, valve cal 2123. So these are just all the calibration numbers so it knows how fast everything is moving back there in terms of like the valve and the flow meter. Okay. And then if I go to, I believe it's data menu, keep going. Baud rate 9600, that's important. Data log trigger value 1. Data log trigger unit seconds, data log on. Okay, that's all what we want because, let's put speed. I have it connected to a field dock kit with the John Deere monitor. All right, and I was lastly using this to make boundaries, so, nope, that's the wrong button. If I go here, we are in a sprayer. 6000. Machine name, Carson Highboy. Okay. Boom is spray boom. Let's try spray boom 1. 60 foot boom. There we go. And if I go to COM port, profile Raven 440, COM port 1, field dock connect kit. Okay, we got a boom, 60 foot boom, product application. It's a Raven 440. Liquid accept. That means it's working. Alright, well I put a set of nozzles on the boom and I'm just gonna go into our field right off the edge of our shop here, and because I'm only spraying water, I'm just gonna drive straight down the field and see if I can get to spray. Okay, I have some GPS signal. My pump's turned on. We're gonna try it. My rate is set for, what is my rate set for? Rate 9.8, sure. We'll go with that. Let out the clutch slowly. Throttle her up. Boom on. No way! We're spraying! We're spraying! We're documenting! Oh my gosh, it's a miracle. Guys, I did a thing. I did a thing. I can turn boom 1 off, and it only documents half the boom. I can, oh crap, I can turn boom 1 back on. It goes back to full documenting. It's spraying, it's keeping rate. I should check my speed, see how close my speed is. Well, I'm within a mile per hour. I'll let them figure that out later. So I'm just gonna spray for a while. This is kind of fun. And not only that, but just a little bit ago, I was remote display accessing my monitor. I'm remote display accessing in a 50-year-old sprayer. So there we go. I even got the speed match up perfectly. Went down the road. I kept adjusting the parameters on the Raven 440 till it matched the GPS speed on the John Deere monitor. Got it matched up perfectly. So it is ready to go. Now the one thing is that we're going to be spraying it this next week. I'm going to try my hardest to get it on film. I might be at work when they spray, so it might not happen. But I'll try my hardest. I will for sure be getting footage of this thing later in the year when we do fungicide, but as of spraying post-merge herbicide, not for sure. Either way, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.